Oh, just let me out.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me oh, just let me out.
I thought I'd make a quick update video for anyone who has enjoyed the journey of the Royal Oak brown sugar. For those of you who have not seen this watch when it first arrived, I'll leave a link in the description to the unboxing video. In it, I run through its functions, its specifications, and also talk about my buying experience. This was a watch I bought with no clear intentions in mind. I wanted to buy a rose gold Royal Oak to wash out the boring taste in my mouth from the original stainless steel black dial variant. I thought the gold would be a nice color to try and to also show on this channel. The options that presented themselves were to play it safe and buy a black dial model or a white dial variant. They seemed to be the most popular pieces to choose from. But deciding to take a risk, I decided to buy the unsellable brown dial variant. There's always been a place in my heart that admires root beer watches, and this watch was the first of its kind in my collection. My thought was that the brown would complement the rose gold case, and it would also liven up the wearing experience instead of just being another watch with a black or a white dial. Regardless, I never regretted the decision because it was so cheap, and it was on a special when I bought it. So when it arrived on a cheap black leather strap, I was immediately taken by it. Probably because the dial and the case were the focal points, and the dial spoke to me the most. To my surprise, it was not matte. It had a gorgeous color burst. It had so much complexity and changed the mood of the watch in whatever light it was placed in. But there was a problem. The ticking seconds hand was a big distraction. As you might know, I detest watches with ticking quartz seconds hands. In my opinion, I think it ruins the beautiful lines of a Royal Oak. Why the brand decided to introduce seconds hands to their standard Royal Oaks, like the 15400, eludes me. I just don't think it works at all. Since it was such a cheap watch, I decided to try and remove it. And after trial and error with the battery and the screws, it came off. Now the watch looked infinitely better, and that was when I decided to buy a full bracelet for it. My experience with Didun Design watches that come on bracelets is that they never fit as well as I would like them to. It's strange. The end links never conform around the case, but rather jut out from them. But when you put a different bracelet on the watch, it tends to always fit better. In the case of the Panda that I bought, I removed the original bracelet and replaced it with another I had lying around. And in the case of this watch, the new bracelet fitted perfectly. And if you look closely, you can see that the end links conform around the case, leaving a uniform gap on either side. This makes the watch's fit exceptional. I never thought I'd say it, but these two models of watches in their current configurations are some of the most comfortable watches I own. It's strange how a comfortable watch changes your thoughts on it. Now, because of its low profile and flat case design, combined with a bracelet that conforms to the wrist, it sits so neatly on the wrist. And it also looks gorgeous. Let's not forget that. Talking about these models of Didun watches, particularly the Royal Oak line, I would say that it is better to buy the case you like on a leather strap, then buy an aftermarket bracelet, simply because in my experience it works out cheaper, and the fit of the bracelet to the watch has been flawless every time. I have since used this method 3 times, and it has yet to fail me. So the lessons learnt from this watch. Don't assume you won't like it because nobody else has it. I think that's a very important rule to follow. Take the risk if it appeals to you. If something doesn't sit right with it, change it. And, as always, enjoy the hobby, enjoy your watches, and I'll see you in the next one.